What's the motherfucking deal? Hope all of you are doing well. Give me just one moment. I forgot something, I think. And while I'm getting that together, we work on that Den Folk roll call. I don't know how this is going to work. You can't do it quite like the Sauce Nation roll call. But whatever your region of the states, whatever states you represent, whatever city, however you want to get down and identify, go ahead and drop that. We can get a little check in. While I check my water on the stove, I'm boiling some water so I can make me some hot cocoa. It's a little cool in Texas this evening, so I need a little cocoa to proceed. I ain't putting no cologne on. Make sure I got to smell good, stream good. See, that's the problem. If I ain't smelling good, I ain't streaming good. And let me get that. Be right back in 2 shakes of the monkey tail. What's going on? The water's not ready yet. Take a look around and tell me what's going down. Wherever do you want it? Wherever do you need it? Wherever do you want it? However do you need it? All right, so let's talk about it. So I'm going to start doing something like I used to, kind of like in older dens. I'm not saying start, I've kind of been trying to do that a little bit more, providing more context into the conversation. If you're on the Discord, I did drop the video in the Discord earlier and suggested that you watch it early because that's going to kind of pertain to the conversation tonight, right? And we talk about things, we look at things, and, I say stuff. You just say stuff because you just like bashing women. But I don't bash too much. I just comment on the things that they put out there. If it wasn't stupid stuff getting put out there, I wouldn't be able to bash it, right? And somebody hit me and said, why don't you ever talk about the dudes, right? I would talk about whatever comes across my timeline, right? But it just so happens, for whatever reason, seems like there is significantly more female shenaniganery taking place on the timeline than with dudes. Trust me, if a dude is doing something despicable, we'll discuss it. I have no problem discussing it. It's good conversation, right? But those conversations, the reason why we never remember is because there's so much cohesiveness in those conversations. They don't They don't upset any nerves. They don't make any lasting memories because everybody's in accordance on those. If a dude fucks up around here, everybody says, "Oh, that nigga fucking up." The men will say he fucking up. Women say, "He's fucking up. He's all men." And they say, "No, it's not all men, but he is fucking up." And then that's pretty much the conversation. But when women do crazy stuff, we say, "Hey, look, these bitches out here tripping. They fucking up, right?" And it's like, "Don't talk about women that way. It's not right." Yeah. And they started powering up on me, right? They started getting angry. I should have fixed this thing before I got on. I just threw that shit on without looking. I need to get retwisted. I'm looking real rough. I'm rough in these streets, right? But anyway, so again, welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den, I am your host, Ed Honcho. And again, this is the greatest conversation in all the internet. You can search high and low. You will never find a better show. The reason why is because of the wonderful people. This chair, yeah. Anyway, because the wonderful people who partake in the conversation each and every time that we do go live. We try to go live every evening, really Monday through Friday, about 9 o'clock, around them times, 9 o'clock Central. Central's the only time zone that matters. All your other time zones are just, they're just time zones, right? Like, I mean, it's in the name of the time. Central. It's centralized. Everything should be centralized around the Central time zone, right? When you go to Mountain West, what kind of shit is that, right? Mountain to get my time. Nobody wants Eastern Standard. MC told y'all about Eastern Standard Time. So shit, we don't want to fuck with that. So, Central Time. That's what you want. That's what matters. Oh man. Leslie, was leaves and animal abuse going on? I don't click on anything. I honestly don't. Right? Well, I'd rather click on the red pill hate. Because I've just got inundated with ass all in the timeline. I've seen this ass several times. I'm no longer amused by that. But the only other good content is the red pill stuff, because some of it's outrageous and it's funny, right? It's really, really funny. But the other stuff's not entertaining anymore, right? At this point, I've given up on Black people trying to mend their relationships. So I'm just here to further add to the sabotage, right? Because we're not winning. I mean, I'm actively encouraging, like, y'all know what the end used to be. I used to actively encourage, look, man, hey, go get you a good Black woman. That's what you need. She's going to treat you right. She's going to make sure you find a good Black woman first. Then we'll have the rest of that conversation. But anyway, I'm going to show y'all a couple of videos to support my points and only my points so that I look like I'm right. That's the way this works. But no, in reality, I'm going to throw y'all some things because this is the shit I'm always talking about, because this is the mindset of the modern woman, right? And usually when I'm saying modern woman, I mean modern Black woman. But from now on, when I refer to women, just because all women are in this category, it's not race specific, right? I feel like I'm missing out on some good female woman bashing by only focusing my attention on Black women. So now everybody gets it, right? I'm just going to spread only women who are safe are like Asian women, right there. So far, so good. I hate these raps. These are the worst hip raps. These motherfuckers suck so bad. And why not get a fucking life? Anyway, so there's that. I don't know my fucking. Anyway, there's that. So I'm gonna have it for everybody, but this happened to be that tonight's videos are primarily Black women. And what I'm saying is, and it's not even bashing Black women, because this is what Black women want. This is what they want to do. This is how they want to be represented. So I'm not bashing them. All I'm saying is that Black men, there is no bonus benefit added incentive to stay, loyal, right? Well, like, you're not going to get any afterlife brownie points, right? So go where you're treated best. Actually, I'm going to fuck with none of these bitches, just be a bachelor for life. That's the way you want to do it. That's probably the safest route. So I'm going to show you a series of videos in different points in people's relationships, right? And when we're done watching the variety of videos this evening, you're going to see what I'm saying. Like, even the women are going to say, hey, you know what? It might be a bad investment for a man to even entertain a woman's company these days, right? It's a waste. And so tonight I call it the power of the P. The reason why I say the power of the P, because there's so many things that the P is powerful end, right? But if you can be a master of the P, and I'm not talking about what was his name, Calvin Miller or whatever his name was, but if you can be a master of the P, then the world will definitely be yours. So the first video I'm going to show you is the video that I showed in the Discord, right? And some people are going to say, "Oh, this is harmless. It's not really that big a deal. I don't see anything wrong with it. There's something terribly wrong with it." And I'm going to explain to you why. Okay, so give me just a moment. We go to the video. Oh, let me not come back. I might have the other video booted up. I'm going to show y'all some terrible stuff this evening. Okay. All right. I'm going to show y'all some terrible things. I got 4 videos for y'all, right? And they're all, some of them not that long, some of them a little worse than others, right? And we'll do this. And while we're doing that, oh, you know what? Okay, that's what I didn't do. While we're doing that, give me just 1 second while I pull this other good stuff up for you. I'm going to go ahead and let this play while I'm doing this in the background, right?
Am I wrong for this? Anytime I tell this story, no one ever agrees with me. But I swear when I think about it, I'm right. So when I first moved to Atlanta, I didn't know anybody. And I joined Bumble and matched with this guy, right? We had been talking, I think for like 2.
I want y'all to listen to this, right? I want y'all to listen to this, right? And I'm going to let y'all listen to it on your own first playthrough. And then I'm going to come back and kind of chop it up and offer a little bit of commentary because some of y'all may notice some things. Some of y'all may overlook some things as harmless and innocent, right? But there are some huge red flags going on with this woman, right? And y'all might think, oh, she's just a nice lady. There's nothing wrong with that. And she's in touch. I mean, yeah. But big problem. I want you to listen to the words she used. I want you to listen to how she pronounces things. I want you to just listen to her entire demeanor, or listen to her demeanor. Pay attention to her entire demeanor. Observe. And then we're going to get busy.
2 or 3 weeks, and I got a good vibe. So anyway, I had asked him if he knew any handy people because I had a lot of like furniture coming into my apartment and I needed help putting it together. Although I did not know him well enough, I trusted him enough to come to my apartment. Now, in hindsight, that was probably a bad idea, but it is what I did. So before he came to my apartment, I had a conversation with him about payment because I didn't want for him to come and I didn't like him and then he felt like he got. So we talked about payment and I told him I'd give him a certain amount for him putting together like 2 pieces of furniture. Well, he put together a bed and a desk. So I don't remember exactly how much we agreed on, but I did say I was going to sell him the money. So when he came over like early this Saturday morning and he ended up like starting right away. He was definitely somebody that I could see myself talking to on the long haul. So it was cool. Like he was we were getting to know each other. We were talking about family. We were talking about life, all this kind of stuff. So around lunchtime, I ordered us something to eat. And as we were eating, we were like really talking, right? It was good. So when he was done, he kind of like chilled for like another couple of hours just to like rest. And we were really vibing and he was like, I would really like to see you again. And I was like, cool. So when he's ready to go, we go outside and he gives me a hug. And then he was like, okay, so I'm going to text you my Zelle information so you can send the payment. And I'm like, okay. In the moment, I was just a little shocked, but I didn't like let it on. I was just like, okay, just text it to me. So the next day I sent the Zelle payment and I was just like, oh, thank you for coming over. I really appreciate it. And then I didn't say anything else. And he was texting me and I did not respond. And he wasn't used to that because obviously we had been like texting all day long, you know, talking throughout the day. It was good at that time. But then I just decided that the fact of him asking me for money after like we had a good day, and I do understand that we agreed upon it, but I just thought it would be different since we were going to start dating. So finally he asked me like, what's up? And I was just like, honestly, I know we decided that I would pay you for that, but I really thought it was tacky that you actually asked me for the money afterwards and you took it. So I did end up cutting it off and we didn't talk again. But when I told my cousin about it, she was like, you guys agreed on it. Like, I don't understand what the problem was. And honestly, like, if I'm gonna date you and you know you put together some furniture for me, you're gonna charge me? I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Am I wrong for this? Anytime I tell this story.
So Let me bust that back open. Let me monitor the sound so I can hear it as well. And we're going to talk about some things. We're going to, we're going to talk about some stuff, right? And, what's going to happen is the women are going to run from this because they can't defend this behavior we talk about, right? So they're going to act like it doesn't happen. So, Ella fucking Zam, I have returned. Here I am. So let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about this. On the very base level of what took place is the expectation. So I said the power of the P, right? And that's what she was using and was hoping. Now, she didn't say that in so many words. She said it subtly. She liked the guy. And what she was hoping was that the promise of potential pussy was going to be enough for payment. I've talked to y'all about the promise of pussy and how women use this to manipulate men all the time. And it only works because men fall for it, right? The hope and the promise of, like, my nigga, dog, it's never worth it. It has never been in the history of, have you ever gotten a fair exchange for the effort that you put in for, if you had to do more than say, hey, how you doing today? Then it was not worth the effort that you put in to potentially get some pussy, right? And so this is what she was hoping. She thought that she was going to be charming enough. She thought that he was going to like her enough to not want to accept payment. Again, she conjured this whole plot, this whole idea, this whole concept, this whole reasoning within her own mind, right? She has also said, and I feel like she's not, she can't be 100% American black woman. Her accent's a little weird. I feel like maybe some African or something in there. And you would say, well, so she's not ratchet and she's not, but she still has that underlying same mentality. She just masks the mentality better than the rest. She can use her words to present a better image, but when you unwrap all of it, it's the same stuff. I want you to do things for me in hopes that I may give you some pussy. And if I do give you pussy, then you should be serving me, basically, right? That's slavery. Like I said, I was gonna, imagine if your boss did that, right? Imagine your boss did that. Like, imagine if you were a door to anybody, like any contractor, right? Somebody said, hey man, I'm gonna pay you. Just come over here and do this job for me. And they happen to be a cool person, right? And so you go do the job, y'all chop it up while you're working, which is what people do. Like if you've ever done a job for somebody, maybe independent, and they kind of watch super because they may be something they need, to input on. You're going to chop it up. You're going to talk about whatever, right? You're going to talk about life. It's just what people do. It's small talk. Now, she felt like her conversation, I've told y'all, most women are not interested. I've said this time, it's not to be mean. This is not to be funny. This is not to be like, I don't say shit to talk down. I don't say shit to even be, this is just the truth. But the fact is that we've sugarcoated shit so much in society that the truth seems like somebody's being an asshole, like somebody's being mean. What's happened is other women have told most women that they have a personality or but again, it's not true, right? It's just not. So I'm listening to her talk and what she's talking about. And she comes across arrogant. Okay. So I know that her conversation, if she doesn't seem to have, I'm not saying she's not intelligent. I'm not saying that she doesn't come across as a decent person, but you can tell she is a little full of herself. Right. And I guarantee that she grades her paper higher than other people do, right? So, and you want to say grading your own paper, remember back in school, they don't do it. They don't grade papers no more. It's everything's AI. They're not even real students, it's AI students. But back in the day when like the teacher, well, all right, I'm gonna let you grade your own paper. Like, you kind of grade your paper, you give yourself a little more leeway than, the teacher definitely would. That's what happened with a lot of these women. They grade their own papers very high. And in reality, it's not a lot of substance there. I mean, just be honest with yourself. Just listening to her in that conversation and the mentality that she shows. She said she's talked to multiple people about this. They've told her that she's wrong, and she still won't accept the fact that she's wrong. She still doesn't feel like she's talked to other women who amazingly have told her that she's wrong, but she still won't accept the fact that she's wrong, right? because what's been instilled in her mind is that since the day one of Disney movies and Cosmopolitan magazines and every other thing that tells women everything you do is goddess-like, you can't fail, you can't fuck up. But in reality, a lot of women are goofballs, right? They're just goofballs with titties. You know what I'm saying? And we like titties, so we like allow the goofiness to persist. But like if the goofballs didn't have goofballs, you know what I'm saying? Like goofy shit wouldn't be as tolerable. You know what I mean? So anyway, she lied to or she attempted to manipulate this man. And she goes on and makes it seem like he's the bad guy for not falling susceptible to her manipulation, right? Like that's what happened. So she thought that she's going to get this man who she's never met, never interacted with, has done nothing beneficial for other than talk to, right? This is a mutual exchange of our time. You're not benefiting me by talking to me. I'm not benefiting you by talking to you, right? There is no, it depends. Let me not say that. It depends. But for more than likely 9 times out of 10, she's not benefiting him by just having a simple conversation. If anything, she's talking more about herself because she comes across arrogant. So the conversations they're having, he's probably sitting there listening while she talks, rants, and complains about her day, a day that really wasn't that interesting, probably wasn't that hard or anything like that. But this is how she comes across to me. Again, if you feel different, when the lines open up, you say whatever the fuck you want to say. But that's how she comes across, right? So one, talking 2 or 3 weeks and not wanting to see you, come on, bro. That's like a red flag right there. Like if a bitch fucking with you, it's not gonna be no we're in relative distance of one another and I like you, but it's gonna be too. If a chick really fucking with you, it's not gonna be that kind of time frame, right? So that was the mistake number one. And I wouldn't even say it was a mistake. Like I'm not knocking old boy. He probably went over to get paid. Like his mind was getting the money. Right. He's getting the money. And so he goes, does what he does, his end of the bargain. Doesn't switch up, doesn't change up at all. Does what he's supposed to do. Fixes the fucking bed and the desk or whatever the fuck she make. And she expects him not to accept payment because she was in his presence. Like that's what I'm getting, right? I hope not. I hope not, Miss K. Grace. Yeah, you know what I mean? I agree with losing it. So, like, the dude is coming over here, and again, you talk about we had good conversation. We talk about. I guarantee these are the same conversations you've had for the prior 2. Like, if you've done nothing but talk on the phone for 2 weeks, and you talking about y'all text back and forth frequently, and then you cut it off and start acting weird. Like everything you've talked about, the shit that you've talked about before, probably. Maybe some minor updates while he's working. Again, you're working on something, somebody's talking, it's just to pass the time, right? You hoping, again, the potential of some pussy. Whatever, so you're not going to be mean, but you still want the money, right? So you're not going to be a fucking dickhead. You're not going to be a bad customer service. But again, she reneged on her end of the deal and tried to make the man out to be the bad guy, which is, again, what happens quite often, right? Again, he might need to pay this bitch for somebody to tolerate her. She need to be paying somebody child support. Like that's how it's gonna work out because she is unlikable. Oh, 12 was the motherfucking deal, Jayla. Man, I ain't shout out to everybody, man. I came in here just talking about stuff. Let me show some love to this motherfucker. I ain't writing it in without no love. Miss Bell Northside in the building. Lovely Miss K. Grace. How are you doing? Young Ken in the building. Hi, it's here. It's all an illusion. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? And did Trill actually win? Oh, terrible. Let's see. Delta Echo Golf. Man, I'm trying to tell you, look, I'm trying to tell you, bro. I could tell y'all some things about some things. Broderick. That actually, you know what, I'm mad I see Broderick now because I know what I really wanted to talk about. I'm going to jot that down because we're really going to do some bashing tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She had to put some ducats in the bucket. And I'm still gonna get to fuck it. You understand? But yeah, so like that's the thing. And so the guy just did what I think any normal guy would take her at her word. And you know, he actually dodged a bullet. He doesn't know it because I would like after she would have, I guess, you know, because she was acting funny, so she didn't tell him at first. She eventually told him, and which hope he realized, oh man, I dodged a bullet. Called him, like I thought something happened. And again, you know, dude probably thought, man, I did something. That shit was my feet musty or something. You know, was what the fuck was going on? Like, what did I do that she don't even fuck with me? You know, like I had to do something. But the bitch don't say nothing. Like, you accepted the deal. You accepted the terms that we agreed on. This is what women will go. She like we talk about how women have these crazy, ridiculous things. This. And I tell you, I like dark skinned women. I don't like the shit she got in her head. But, you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. This is a pleasant speaking, nice, seemingly slightly possibly educated woman, or just possibly African from background, you know, whatever. And this is her mindset. This is the logic. She can't agree to the terms. This is an educated woman who's probably going to college, right? And doesn't want to agree to the terms of a deal that she initiated. So this is a microcosm. I say all of this, fellas, because if you're not married, this is what's swimming around in the dating pool, right? A bunch of women who want to renege on the agreements that they make, right? Even though you do nothing wrong, even though you make no mistake, you stick to the script, you do the things you're supposed to do. They still can't hold up on their end of the bargain. It is what it is. Yep. Brandon Anderson, what's the motherfucking deal? Oh, man. Hey, and shout out to us all on Illusion, man. Sent me a very, very interesting thing. I appreciate you for that. So that's that. I really ain't tripping on that broad too much. I find that very funny, right? So that's one. That's like a more educated, modernized woman. Let's look at something. Let's look at what the other end of the spectrum is doing, right? And this is when they fall out of contention for men, and men are like, I'm no longer fucking with these bitches. We ain't fucking with these hoes no more. This is what they have to do. They have to start embracing a real ridiculous mindset. This next video is going to show. It's real short, but this next video is going to show you the mindset that these women embrace, right? So when they're single like that and they have these ridiculously high standards, that one of my men don't fuck with them, or they become perpetual baby mamas or whatever, they turn into this. What I'm about to show you now.
Daddy. Listen, I've been calling her daddy all motherfucking day since last night because she was up in that punani. Balls deep. Motherfucking rubber dick so far from motherfucking service, bitch. I thought I was getting a motherfucking public exam, bitch. Okay. Daddy. Listen, I've been calling her daddy all motherfucking day since last night because she was up in that punani. Balls deep. Motherfucking rubber dick so far from motherfucking service, bitch. I thought I was getting a motherfucking public exam, bitch. Okay. Daddy. Listen, I've been calling her daddy all motherfucking day since last night because she was up in that
Fellas, I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just telling you to treat them how you meet them. I'm just telling you treat them how. I'm not telling you not to do it. Right? You may have to go to the clinic afterwards. I'm not telling you not to do it. Treat them how you meet them, and please don't skeet them. Right? Oh yeah, you see, she said I've been calling her daddy. Bro. This is the mindset. Like, this is a lesbian will run around with a rubber dick and try to challenge your man in it and think it's like a legitimate argument. Like, this is what we dealing with. Yeah, calling a girl daddy. When you can't get a real man, that's what you got to settle for. When you can't get the real attachment, you don't get the real equipment, you got to go get the kit. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the real Lambo, you going to get the kit. You going to put the kit on the Fiero or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the real deal. You can't get the Rari. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the kit. You putting the Bugatti kit on the fucking Mercury Cougar and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. This is what they do. This is where they at. This is what's happening. All right? This is what's happening. I tell y'all, the modern woman, when I say the modern woman, and when I say women, I'm speaking of women at the birthing age. She just popped. That's something she probably just popped out recently. All right? Nigga skeeting in this, and then she go, man, look. Anyway. Pardon the Red Sea. Look. Oh, I mean, look. I wish that's the video I'm missing. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's all. I'm gonna try to find it tonight. I'm gonna show it to y'all. It's a video. The one I was missing that I meant to get before the stream. I might have bookmarked. I'm gonna find it if I can. And what it was, this was a lesbian stud. Went out to eat with a homeboy, right? Like went out to eat with a homeboy, and the bill came, and he paid. He paid the bill. Would anybody like to guess what happened next? If anybody can tell me what happened next, the first person that can tell me what happened next, I will up your pistachio account by 5,000 pistachios. And I don't know if I shared it with anybody. I don't know if I shared the video. I usually not share those videos. I think I just like that one. I think in the end, that's probably what eventually happened to Lucy, but not in the video, right? No, she didn't dash. Like, if y'all can tell what happened in this restaurant, in this scene, after the man paid, if you can guess what happened, I will tell y'all. I'll give y'all 5,000 pistachios in your pistachio account. Because this is proof to me that all this shit is an act. It ain't real, right? It's not real. Oh shit, that's fucking funny. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna go. I don't have a lighter, so I'm lighting my shit on. My light is out, so I'm lighting this thing. I'm gonna light my little dilly dally. It's gonna take me about 10 to 15 seconds. Nobody has the answer by then. I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. And this is why I say the shit I say. This is why I'm going to get worse before I get better. I'm not going to get better because if I got better, then I'd be sugarcoating a bunch of bullshit for y'all, right? Because the world is not getting better. So I have to get worse with it. But we're going to have a good time talking about it, right? So give me about 15 seconds. If you can tell me what happened, I got 5. Matter of fact, if you can tell me what happened by the time I'm up, I'm gonna up it up to 10,000 pistachios, right? They were already friends at this point in time. I'll just put it in that context. They were already friends. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to give y'all about 10, 15 seconds. And I'm going to tell y'all exactly what happened. I'm going to explain why what happened. Because the problem with modern women today, right? Y'all think I'm bashing, but this is not. This is a life lesson. I'm preaching like Broderick. But better. Oh. All right. What happened was that the lesbian started crying, right? I think I'm gonna give 12 points because she mentioned crying. I think she was talking about the other baby, but just because she mentioned crying, I'm gonna give it because I just want to give somebody pistachios. But the lesbian started crying. Real tears at that table because that man picked up the check. And she started talking about how she was so used to always having to pay for everything, having to be a man, right? She couldn't handle it. She cried because a man did something nice for her and bought her a fucking pay for the meal because she's so used to dealing with bitches. And here's the funny thing, right? Because I know I know studs. I know former studs, right? I have real conversations with people. Right, like I talk to people, like say, y'all be thinking I be bashing, and I see, like y'all honestly think the shit I say is just like I talk to people of the demographic of the people I speak who say the same shit that I say, right, and that's where my understanding comes from, right? Black women who do this shit, talk to a lot of black bitches who say the same shit who really open my mindset to the things that I'm fucking saying right now, right? So, you know, y'all don't like what I'm saying, y'all can blame black women for that too. Right. So, I mean, shit. So my deal is, let me go ahead and add them stats because I will fucking forget. But my deal is that women don't want to be in that pressure. They don't want to be the pressure of being a man, even if they carry it. A lot of those lesbians who do that, they do that because they emulate what they felt was missing out of their life. So they try to replace something that they don't really truly know. The same way that, the overly effeminate men get like they take the most weird aspects of femininity and over exaggerate that shit, right? And try to be whatever. So it's the same thing, right? It's the same fucking thing. And so she literally started bawling, crying, like talking about how she's always having to handle the shit with the bitches she paying for and all that shit because women don't even do it for women. Y'all over there bumping coochies and you can't pick up the check. Like, so if she ain't gonna pick up the check for fellas, what you think she gonna do something for you? It's not worth it. We got 2 more videos. We're gonna open up the phone line, man. We got good stuff to talk about. I hope y'all doing good tonight. I really do. I love y'all. I really do. I know I'll be on my angry rages, but I mean, it's real. It's what's going on in the world. So I'm gonna save a good video though. I'm gonna save the best video for last. The last video is actually kind of heartwarming and kind of sad at the same time. It's real confusing. Not really. So talk about getting married. We talk about like the quality of a wife and what's the value of a wife nowadays. And it doesn't matter, dude. It don't matter. You can have all the fucking money in the world. You can be a baller. You can be balling out of control. You can be big dog status. You can be a millionaire. Look at Scottie Pippen's wife, right? Look at that. Look at that hooker whore. Look at that hooker whore. Terrible situation, right? He's a baller. Scottie got money. But let's talk about ex-NBA player Joe Smith finding out that his wife has an OF. Imagine being a regular nigga. Like a regular nigga, right? And this broad look old. She got to be in her 40s. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that knowing I'm almost, but she looked like mid to late 40s. Your husband's an NBA player. You got money. You ain't fucking hurting. What the fuck do you want? What the fuck could she possibly want? She got the yaki in. She drinking fucking coconut water. You living in a house, looks like you living in a decent arrangement. Your husband is an ex-NBA athlete, top world-class athlete, in the world. No matter where you fall in history, one of the best to ever do it. Don't matter. Like, you made it to the big leagues, even if you never got off the bench. One of the best to fucking do it. Right? Of all, well, like we can't say, you're not Jordan, but you just say one of the best to ever fucking do it. Now, maybe not one of the best in that particular league, but one of the best to ever do it. Anyway, right, cool, whatever. Let's just watch. Let's just watch this interaction. Like, imagine. And if anything happens, you still have to support this woman. If she's out there supposed to be your wife, she's secretly selling photos of her body. I guess it's better than doing it for free because half these sluts doing the shit for free. Secretly selling photos of her body to motherfuckers. And as when you deal with any woman, tries to make you look like the fucking bad guy. Let's watch together. I don't even think I watched this whole thing.
I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, the disrespect that comes with it, if you could have talked to me before you did it, that's bullshit, bro. That's fucked up, Chief. I'm telling you, bro, that's fucked up.
Wait, no. But you're not going to say fuck me or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
It's not fucked up. And then so peep this then, because she probably knows the niggas go cold clock a motherfucker. That's why she started streaming. She looking for some attention one way or another. She trying to get up out this shit, right? See, trying to really take half this nigga ducats because it doesn't matter what happens. He's going to lose anyway. That's why I say, feel like it's not worthwhile. It's not beneficial. It's not a plus to fucking do it. Like, there's no benefit for you to get married. A couple of fucking years of enjoyment. Like, you renting these bitches these days, right? There's no more marriage. It's just like we're going to rent them and rent in return, like the old Blockbuster tapes. It ain't no benefit. Anyway, right? How you gonna sit there and say, no, it's not fucked up? It's not. It has no remorse whatsoever. No remorse whatsoever.
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look. So, I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad at you just.
Is that not a legitimate reason to be upset? Is that not? I mean, y'all let me know. Quick poll in the chat. 0 for no, 1 for yes. Is you? Doesn't matter. Like if it was for a minute, a second, a day, months, whatever. You finding out your significant other, and it could be either side. It doesn't have to be your man finding out. You finding out that your significant other has an OnlyFans, right? And this is not something that was started before you were together. This is something that is after you have been in a committed relationship. Is that not something that you can get upset about? Like, I'm curious, right? Because we don't want to play the double standard game here, right? If you found out you was a lady, you found out, you know, your dude over there jangling is Jack Johnson, you know what I'm saying? For whomever, whatever, however. You know what I mean? Like, you'd probably be very upset about that, right? All the hoes in the neighborhood looking at your man, getting it in, laughing at you while you're taking your kid to school in the minivan. They all huddle up, well, yeah, we already know about Mr. Willie Whacker over there. You know, and you over there looking like Boo Boo the Fool, right? That's not, you talk about marriage being what's supposed to be a covenant, right? It's supposed to be something that you value, right? What it's supposed to be higher than that. Like if it's supposed to be a promise, right? And this is supposed to be the biggest promise, I guess, that you're supposed to make, depending on how you feel. I don't, and this kind of doesn't make sense maybe to some people, but, you know, you feel however you feel about it. I don't understand marrying like a woman who doesn't believe in God, right? And I'm not saying that you can't be in a relationship, but like, why marry her? Like, if marriage is supposed to be a covenant, like under God, like, why even get married to it? Like, she don't even believe, like, there's no higher nothing. So, like, why? I mean, you just start a covenant. Like, honestly, you should just, like, at this point, nigga, like, you really fucking with a bitch, just sign an LLC, just like start a business with the bitch. Like, don't get married. Just like, here, we gonna start like a LLC together, right? Because I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? In the long run, I want you to be good and things to happen. But, you know, I fuck with me too. I fuck with you. I really fuck with you, but I fuck with me just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But I really fuck with you. And so you got to starting LLCs with hoes. Don't be getting married. Just start a business. Really, and if you really ain't fucking, just do a DBA. You know what I'm saying? Just don't even, you ain't really fucking with her like that. So again, she doesn't even find this to be a problem.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
Your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk.
My body, my fucking choice.
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no
You
solution.
knew who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before,
Before,
we met, yeah, I
and
knew
I
that.
thought that I would never have to go
man,
back
you
to
know,
anything
yeah,
like
I knew
this
that
again.
beforehand,
But
but not,
unfortunately,
no.
that's not the case
'Cause after
right
that,
now.
after that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No. Obviously it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had
Obviously
to do something.
It hasn't. You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
On camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra. OnlyFans be breaking me off.
It's stupid, yo. I can't.
He had to take money to the table to support this whore. Heidi. He had to. Do you see why now? Do you see why he had to take the money? But that's what I'm saying. Like, and this is why. Where's Broderick? I actually wish Broderick was in here right now, because Broderick was in here talking that nonsense, and that's why I said that tomorrow's topic is probably going to be about the nonsense Broderick was talking the other day, right? And he's talking about redeeming a damaged person. You can't redeem a damaged person, right? Only a damaged person can redeem themselves. So, like, trying to waste time dating somebody who's damaged, who doesn't want to do better, and who's showing you they don't. This is what the fuck you get, right? That's what you're going to continue to get. And openly disrespectful, don't give a fuck, but he's used to it. He's accepted it at this point. Because what you going to do? Lead a bitch? Like, shit, if it's about some bread, then bitch, break bread. Fuck it. You stuck with the hoe at this point. It is what it is. Y'all don't understand. Times is hard. Motherfuckers knocking people off for cheap these days. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's the route you should go. I'm not encouraging. I'm not encouraging anything. But it's always like, if you just want to weigh your options, people are doing crimes for really cheap these days. I mean, basically doing it for the strike, for clout at this point. So, you know, that's like the boldest shit. Like, that's like the boldest shit. You know, that's some shit a hoe will say. Like, but that's the thing. Like, I kind of got to fuck with it for it, because I tell y'all, what I tell y'all, man, he actually fucked up on this, right? Because we tell you, hey, we love ladies because they're like rare, they're diamonds, they're like the rarest of Pokemon, right? You ain't gonna find them too many. I love ladies. I like them hoes. Don't get me wrong. I like hoes. I enjoy the whores. But I hate them bitches, right? And this bitch is right. This is a hoe. This is a hoe, because she straight up told him. She straight up told him, right? She straight up told him that you knew who I was when you met me. That's basically saying I'm a hoe, nigga, and you know I'm a hoe. I'm gonna stay a hoe. I'm gonna die a old hoe, and that's how it's gonna go. You know, Joe. That's basically what happened, right? So, so you telling him what it is exactly. You knew it, so shit. So I mean, now he ain't got nothing to be mad about. That's on him. You know what I mean? So again, but very unfortunate. Again, like I say, that's women. They don't respect the sanctity of marriage. Marriage just means that I got your shit now, nigga. That's what it means to a woman. Like, that's why I say, like, to make a commitment to a woman who doesn't even believe in something bigger than your relationship is stupid. Just, you know, if you're gonna make your baby mama do all that other weird shit, but just, I don't know. I can't tell nobody nothing, right? Because, like, well, how do you know? You ain't got any kids and you ain't got no fucking relationship. Like, I'm winning. That's the win right now, right? That's that. Do you see what's going on out here? I'll show y'all off every night, right? If y'all don't want to take it from me, right? Y'all don't want to take it from Honcho. Honcho don't know what the fuck you talking about. But take it from your goddamn grandma, all right? That's the last video I'm gonna show y'all this evening. And while I'm watching this, though, I'm gonna try to find that video of that stud cry. I'm gonna show y'all this video, though. This is the realest video I'm gonna show y'all tonight. And this tells you, this shows how much of a difference there is between, this is why men say what they say these days, right? Because the woman in this video is around the same age as me, the younger woman in this video, right? So this is why I say the things I say about the women in the generation that men deal with. And at this age, y'all think that I'm just bashing women. This woman is damn near 40, and, you know, just listen to her mentality. And she's going to be talking to her grandma, right? This is y'all talk about the shit. Oh, the man, he deserves it. When these women talk stupid and they talk retarded, it makes no sense. It's just really ignorant. Like, just listen, because women hate it when this happens to other women. So maybe this will help y'all understand. But fellas, watch this shit. Imagine, fellas, I want y'all to imagine this being your girlfriend or your wife talking to your grandmother. And just tell me how you feel. I'm going to let it play. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to go relight this thing. I'm going to let this shit play. I'm going to shut the fuck up. And I'm going to comment on it on the second play.
When your 106-year-old grandmother clowns you for being 38 and single, so you have to clap back.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Huh?
I'm 38.
I've never been married. Huh? Have you ever been married?
Really, Nana?
38 years old.
Really?
Hmm?
Really? Really?
I've never been married. No children or nothing. You sure missed a lot of life.
Damn. Oh, Lord. Why do I have to get married and have kids to have a good life? Huh?
Hmm?
Why do I have to get married and have kids just to have a good life?
You do have no good life.
I do.
You don't go nowhere.
I do. I just got back from a trip.
By yourself, no man. If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing.
Really? I'm not nothing without a man? Huh?
You're not a lesbian, are you?
Are you?
No, I had a husband till he died. I had
Well,
boyfriend all the time.
you was
Before I
having
got married.
you was having sex.
Huh?
You had sex after granddaddy died?
No, I didn't. But I
Uh-huh.
had boyfriend and husband
Whatever.
till he died.
I still have sex.
Huh?
I still have sex.
You what?
I still have sex.
I know you do, but that's not right. That's dirty. Sleeping around like a slut.
Ah! It's one person. One person.
Sleeping around like a slut.
Your mama.
I didn't do it. I had a husband.
Your mama did then.
I had a husband.
Well, your mama was a slut then.
Don't talk about the mother. She's dead.
Well, don't talk about me.
When you're
My bad. I'll be forgetting that I have multiple mutes, so it wasn't muted on the screen. Man, look. Oh, my bad. I was going off but again, I'll say it because I still feel the same way. First I said, what's the motherfucking deal to Drake, right? And then I said, but the fucking disrespect, man. Like, this is the fucking matriarch of your family, right? And I say black women have no respect for anybody because they put them, their queen, goddess, they put themselves in reverence over everybody. This is a 106-year-old woman, right? 160 centennial, Bible, whatever you call them, not Bible, centennial, centurion, whatever the fuck you call them. The matriarch of your fucking family, you over here talking about your mama. Talking about your mama. Because your character is poor, because grandma had a higher standard about herself, right? That type of shit. And you over here, you capping because you know she didn't call it what it is. You a slut. And you want to talk about your mama. Don't talk about me. What makes you feel like you own that same you haven't contributed anything towards that family to feel like you are on the level of that woman. This woman's created life. You've done nothing. Right? That's crazy as shit to me, right? It's all funny, haha, you know, when women talk to men like this because, oh, the man probably did something. It's not about the man. The modern woman thinks that she is above and above all. Or she thinks she's smarter and more intelligent than the older women because old women got married and all they did was get played. Modern bitches are dumb as shit because, like, fuck it. If you think all men gonna play you, find a nigga that's gonna take care of your ass and play you at least and try to be decent and upstanding about it if you think that's the case. If you just gonna fuck around with a bunch of niggas and they all gonna play you, so you rather get played and fucked on by 30 motherfuckers than one motherfucker who, actually like your ass. He just like to get his wee-wee wet sometimes. But again, whatever. It's crazy, dog. Like, exactly, like it's so fucking disrespectful, right? But we talk about the kids these days. She's 38, she's 40. She should have multiple kids by now, on average, if you're talking about average. But that mentality, it permeates through women her age and below. I talked all the time about it. I'm telling you, there's women in their 40s acting like this. Nah, you crazy, huh? You just saying shit. Bitch, 38, she's 40 years old, right? This is not uncommon. Like, shit, it's 40 plus year women who think the same way and behave the same way, and they raise kids. And so if these motherfuckers are disrespectful to your grandparents, what would you imagine her children would treat? If the mom, if say she had children, right, and she treats her grandma, great grandma, whoever that is, she treats her like that in front of children, right? How do you think the kids gonna treat them? How they gonna respect them, right? I'm trying to tell you, man. I try to tell you. I think this is just, man, but I'll try to tell y'all, like, these are not the people you think they are, right? And I say the same thing about niggas. I talk about motherfuckers who look just like me. I don't trust most niggas that look like me. Not off the bat, not out the gate. And not that I just think they're all criminal. I just think that there are some people who have disingenuous interest in being black for the sake of blackness, being called blackness. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Honcho? It's just another show. We'll talk about it. Just remind me. We'll talk about it. But it's like, so when I tell y'all these things, it's never to bash. It's never to assault. It's just to think it differently, right? Because that's how I look at the world. This is how I look at the fucking world. Like, I don't, your race, your gender, your sex, whatever. I primarily talk about one specific group because that is the group that I am mostly amongst, right? And so to keep those in that group who are similar to me, who may disagree or agree, but it's just to keep the eyes awoke. Hey, look, man, just because motherfucker look like you, talk like you, walk like you, been around where you been from, or, whatever, don't mean they got your fucking best interest in mind, right? But see, they preach this cohesiveness. I don't believe in cohesiveness outside of certain communities, right? Like, I can't be cohesive with a stranger. Right? Like, I don't understand. I don't care if we are the same race. Like, we grew up in completely different, like, I don't know. Anyway, that's another rant. But like the disrespect. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, Granny's sitting there thinking right now, like, she's not saying it. She's just like, damn, this bitch got to drive me to the mall. I really want to go to the mall, but this little bitch is disrespectful as fuck. You see how she looked at her, right? You see how she looked at her like, bitch, like, with the grandma bitch, like, and that's the thing. And that's the thing, right? And she's talking about, and she, again, she thinks it's a joke. Everything for attention. Anything for attention for these women, man. Like, I'll post myself disrespecting my grandmother, disrespecting my great grandmother, calling her a slut. Like, that's the craziest shit in the world, man. It blows my fucking mind. But all 38-year-old black women talk to everybody the same kind of, it's you and them, right? It's they are everything, and you, no matter who else you are, you could be a fellow black woman of equal size, proportion, stature, weight, density, whatever. And they're going to look at you the same way. We raise these women to be selfish, right? And we can talk about, it's because they're hurt. It's because they're this. It's because they're that. That's not the case, right? It's they're raised the wrong way. And they're raised without structure. They're raised without respect. It's so crazy to me, right? Like, you see the granny still having some sense, but she's 106 years old. I talk about the modern woman. I talk about contributing to the gene pool, right? There's, man, I can always contribute to the gene pool, whether it be now or 30 years from now, right? Yeah, I said that. See, I'll say it again, too. But it's just like, bro, it really, I'm laughing, right? But it's sad as shit. Like, I don't see, let's run it back real quick. Like, I'm going to break a few things down while we talk about it. Then I'm going to open up the line. I promise. I'm going to open up the line after this. We'll talk about the videos we rocked with today. And here's my deal, right? This is the deal. So I'm going to make it fair and square because somebody hit me and we talk about, Huncho, all you do, Huncho, is you just show videos about, or you talk about black women and it's never anything good. But why not talk about the men? You never talk, you never talk about the men. You never talk about the men, Huncho. Why? Well, I don't give a fuck what them niggas is doing. But two, if you send me videos of motherfuckers, I tell you, I really like just, I don't even be online. I don't even be on like social media like that for more than 5-10 minutes. Right? Not watching shit like this. Right? And I see some things and I'm like, that gives me an idea. We're going to talk about this. And then right before the stream, I make sure I get the shit and we talk. But like, I really don't spend the time like glossing over this being a black motherfucker. This bitch is just I'm not doing all that shit. Like, I'm not spazzing like that, right? I'm just like, damn, this bitch disrespectful little motherfucker. That's fucked up. We're going to talk about that shit later. And then I do other things, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm telling you, everybody's on the table. Everybody's on the table. Like, that's what y'all don't get. Like, I don't spend that amount of time. I kind of go with what I see first, right? Yeah, exactly. Right. And that if it just don't make sense, it just don't make sense. Y'all can send me if y'all want to send me videos, say, Huncho, I think you should speak on this because I need to start doing some short form content anyway. So send it. I'll talk about it. I don't care if they're white, black, pink, purple. I'm just not going to talk about my Asian brethren because when everything go down, I feel like the Asians going to win. So, I ain't going to talk about y'all. We cool. I know that ain't real rice. And in that house, fried rice is some other shit that ain't always chicken. But I fuck with y'all. I mean, it tastes good. So, whatever. Yeah. So I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody can get it. This is the den. There's nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Not even them. Not even they. Right? I ain't talking about the pronouns. I'm talking about they. I know exactly. It took me a long time to realize who they were. Right? And when I really realized that, because people are like, who's they? Who is they, Huncho? I don't even like who is they. But we all know who they is. They have been there the whole time. They are them. That's they. They are them. Them is they. But they've been there the whole time, man. And just, I knew, but I didn't know, right? I knew, but I didn't know. As you learn, you grow. Dun-dun-dun. They need to bring back you can't even bring back Reading Rainbow now. That'd be like Meme Rainbow or some shit. They gave somebody the idea. And that's a good meme. Dun-dun-dun. All right. But let's run this back just real quick. I ain't gonna go through the whole thing because I do want to I want to know what y'all think, man, because this shit is crazy. Blickety blickety. Clickety flickety.
106-year-old grandmother clowns you for being 38 and single, so you have to clap back.
How?
So, first, she captioned this, right? 106-year-old grandma clowns you for being 38 and single, right? So, you getting fucked on. 38, arguing with your grandma about her, calling her a slut. But you 38 and single, just getting fucked on, arguing with your grandma, who, again, set the foundation for you to exist. Anyway, carry on.
What are you?
I'm 38.
Huh?
I'm 38.
I've never been there.
Look how shocked she is. Now, it's not even a rude thing. She's thinking about that because 38 once women get of that age, it becomes more difficult to have children. There's going to be more complications, things of that nature. And she's looking at her like, damn, you ain't never been married. You're not going to have a man to have a solid household with and have a kid with, right? Now, she probably in the process of all those thoughts at once. She's a little older. She seems to be relatively mentally sharp still. So that's why she's looking at her like that. It's not to be like, oh, bitch, most bitches look at me, oh, bitch, what the fuck wrong with you? And she probably don't even know the difference because she's probably so inundated with internet black culture. Anyway, carry on.
Huh? Have you ever been there?
Really, Nana?
38 years old.
Really? Really? Really?
I've never been there. No children or nothing. You sure missed a lot of life.
And right here, I think that grandma's being genuine. I think that exactly. That's the subtle way of, kind of making you think about what they're asking. The answer, they know the answer, but they're making you think about what's being asked. You're like, why they ask me that dumb question? But then you actually think about the question when they ask it to you. Exactly. So, yeah. And I feel like grandma's genuinely sad, because she's like, you're not going to know what it's like to be a mother, right? And it's a lot of women like nowadays that don't want to have this. There's a lot of women who want to have that privilege and can't, never will, wish they could, right? But there are a lot that are forsaking the best years of having that opportunity who could to go out and slut it up and then get mad when, they show that they probably aren't the most stable vessels for life and get mad because motherfuckers don't want to deal with that. But somehow it's all men's fault. Anyway, let's see what Granny has to say. Granny's dropping more gray-haired gems of wisdom. It's nice. That's a nice dude she got there. See, she ain't got no weave in her shit.
Damn. Oh, Lord.
See, your guy really hurt, but she, she's trying to laugh it off.
Why do I have to get married and have kids to have a good life? Huh? Why do I have to get married and have kids just to have a good life?
You do have no good life.
I do.
You don't go nowhere.
I do.
Now, grandma know, right? I keep telling you, a lot of these women, all they do is they post this shit on the gram to make it look like they really be doing shit. And I talk about personalities and how born it. A lot of women only do what they see other women do on the internet. So whatever the new island is, whatever Instagram model decide what the new hot island is next year, that's what all the women gonna do. I want to go to Kokomo because I seen Big Booty 32 twerking and get shitted on in Kokomo with the Arab dude. I want to go to. Hey, get flued out. That's what they on. That's what time it is. That's what they on. And you're supposed to want this, right? It was one thing when you talking about bitches used to get run through in your city, in your town or whatever. Now these bitches getting internationally ran through. Like, shit. These bitches going from city to city, giving up booties and titties. Anyway. What else Grandma got to say?
Just got back from a trip.
Just got back from a trip. I just got flued out, right? I just got back from a trip. And I'm not knocking, go on these trips, make memories, but I guarantee you this. Because you see all these motherfuckers say the same shit. You see them all say the same shit. I just want a companion to go on the trip with me and make me like, yeah. These hoes like going out there and they go on their little trip and they get ran through by about, 5 or 6 dudes. And then, it was girls' trip. It was all that good stuff. Hey, girl, I got ran. And they be feeling real fucked up because none of them niggas ever go call about it. They ain't even they just got ran through. And they're like, damn, they crying at home eating bonbons with their little toy Shih Tzu. You know what I'm saying? And then fucking watching The Bachelorette and shit. You know what I'm talking about? And they crying, talking about niggas ain't shit. But bitch, you made it easy for niggas to treat you not like shit. Grandma told you, but you ain't want to listen.
By yourself, no man. If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing.
Really?
Right? You know what I'm saying? Look, Grandma trying to tell y'all, look, ain't nothing new under the sun.
I'm not nothing without a man.
You heard a bitch.
Huh?
You're not a lesbian, are you?
Old people don't give a fuck. They gonna ask you straight up, like, hey, look, they ain't got time to filter their thoughts. Look, they gotta hold on to the thoughts they got. They gonna tell you as it is, shit. Fuck it.
Are you?
No, I had a husband till he died. I had
Well-
a boyfriend all the time.
You was
Before I
having
got married.
you was having sex.
Huh?
You had
Now, you see who took it where, right? You see who took the question where. Now she told Grandma talking about a husband, having sex with a husband, right? Having, a boyfriend, having a man, whatever, right? If she ain't have a boyfriend, she had a man, is what she's saying. This bro want to take it to talking about you was having sex. Like this is a child. Like this is some kind of weird shit. Like this is how are you talking to this person like that? Like this is some weird ass shit, man.
sex after granddaddy died?
Like who talks to their grandparents
No,
like that?
I didn't. But I had boyfriend and husband.
And then she said, "No, well, this is real disrespect. Like I wouldn't talk to my mama like this. I wouldn't talk to my fucking grandma like this. Like you know what I'm saying? I might talk to one of y'all grandmas like this, but I wouldn't talk to my grandma like that.
Whatever.
Till he died.
I still have sex.
And see, and to her, it's all about it. Like that's all most women see a man for nowadays is sex. Give me some money, give me some dick. I want the same thing you want, but I want you to pay me for wanting it. Right? We just talked about the chick who thought that her personality was gonna get a nigga to make some furniture, fix some furniture for free. Like, bitch, you can't get the IKEA to do that. You go, man, go get your shit go get some rooms to go. And you motherfuckers gonna charge you your damn delivery instantly. Motherfuckers gonna charge you, no matter when you go to Best Buy, get your refrigerator, go get you whatever. Everybody gonna charge you to put some shit in. Geek Squad. Them motherfuckers don't even do shit. You know what I'm saying? They gonna tax your ass. You think that maybe just go to Best Buy and maybe I can just be really nice and these guys will come install my network for me. Like, fuck no. Damn goofy bitch. Anyway, let me finish what Grandma says. We can open up this line, man.
Huh?
I still have sex.
You what?
I still have sex.
Like, why are you so adamant about discussing the sex life with your grandma? Like, this woman is 106 years old. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what you see? I keep telling y'all, women, you take away the titties, the ass, but you take away the sexual feature. Most women have nothing to fucking talk about. They have no conversation. No, they can't even talk to your grandma about shit. You can't even talk to her about a relationship and life. You got to go straight to fucking.
I know you do, but that's not right. That's dirty. Sleeping around like a slut.
See, now you mad because she done called it what it is. Grandma know what it is. Grandma, look, hoes been hoes since hoes had toes, man. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds good. So grandma know what's shaking. Grandma know what's going on, man. And you just gonna sit here and place like, that's what I'm saying. You sit here, all you doing is talking about sex. Then grandma call you a slut and you mad, right? Well, then you know what it is. And you're gonna try to lose one at a time. One till it's the next one turn.
It's one person. One person.
Sleeping around like a slut.
Your mama.
I didn't do it.
So they're telling you she had to stand up for herself. Nowadays, again, when we talk about, this is what we say. When men say that we're not getting what our grandfathers got, right? We're not getting what our grandfathers got. The mindset of this woman is what you don't get anymore. All the bodies and all the shit is enhanced. They're a little bigger than they used to be, on average. But you're not getting that mindset. I think most men would deal with a more ornery woman, right? To put it lightly.
if that also came with some sense, some loyalty, and you know, not a whole lot of Carfax. You know what I'm saying? But you're not getting that no more. You want a motherfucker who want to do all this, that, and the third, you know, rip, run, get undone. You know what I'm saying? You put in a junkyard, get restored. You know what I'm saying? Again, get a lift kit, put an engine in it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And feel like they're a brand new, you know, model, right? But shit, new models got new technology. That shit cool. These motherfuckers is hybrids and shit. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I say all this to say, man, like it's we're not getting that. And that's all men are saying. It's not even really about a lot of the extra shit. It's just about that mentality. Like, where is that? When it was a woman who had value for herself, like she didn't encourage, like women nowadays encourage women, yeah, oh, jump dick to dick. You're going to love it. It's like, it's a new game. And then these motherfuckers are depressed and fucked up and hanging fucking empty condoms on their fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to figure out, I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, ski. Well, you dumb bitch. It's pretty easy. You'll figure it out. Anyway, anyway, so with that being said,
I had a husband.
Your mama did then.
I had a husband.
Well, your mama was a slut then.
Don't talk about my mother. She's dead.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because she calling you what it is. And that's the thing. We talk about it. They don't want to hear the truth. You tell them the truth. They want to get mad at you for bringing it up. And now something wrong with you for calling them out, right? Because they know what they're doing is wrong. Don't want to own it, but it's you. You're the problem. It's you. You are at fault, right? You are at fault. The analogy stays with me, right? I'll bring the analogy back, right? I'm talking about hybrids. We're talking about electric vehicles, right? You got options nowadays. The old model, yeah, you can put all that new shit in it. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with some good old American muscle, but now we got foreigns, you know what I'm saying? Now we got imports. You know what I'm saying? And we can drive them motherfuckers. So, yeah, she called a dead mother a slut. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is that, hey, you can act how you want to act. You can do what you want to do. Just understand there are always options out there. All right. So with that being said, let's open up the line. Let's take some calls. Let's do whatever the fuck we're doing over here. Yeah, real quick. Go ahead and put that sign up for y'all because I already know it's going to happen. I sense it. And for those who don't read, it's a discussion that we have are generalizations. Okay. But not all is obviously implied. If the majority of motherfuckers is out there doing it, then in the den, it's valid. I have to put up disclaimers to mandate the arguments in the den. So we all stay in line and stop being ridiculous. The disclaimer has been disclaimed. The den line, I guess I should actually get the thing. I'm talking about opening up the den line. I ain't even got that bitch even open, so don't even call that shit yet. Let me open that shit up first. Doopy doopy doo ah. So again, we talk about any of the videos we watched tonight. We talked about the lady trying to promise of pussy for the man to fix the furniture. Got mad because the man stuck to the agreement. We watched the woman who is calling the dyke daddy. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to, I guess I need to have the fuck sound out. Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's up, Poncho? It's all an illusion.
Mr. Illusion. How are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Very good. We've talked about a few different things this evening. A few different videos. What video tonight stood out the most to you?
That last one.
What's that?
The Joe Smith one, he asked for it.
Yeah.
She did him dirty, but he asked for it. Like, and she told him, "You knew what I was."
That's the craziest shit.
He said before. He even had like a little bit of that little wavering in his voice.
He thought it was over. It's never over.
Yeah, but no, you can't change a leopard's spots.
No, absolutely not. Okay.
And then the first one, her pride was just hurt. That's all that was about. She thought that the dude was gonna come in and just fall so in love with her, and he was like, "Where's my money, bitch?" And she was just flabbergasted.
Yeah, couldn't believe it. Okay, so you said that the last video. What about that last video really stood out to you?
The way that she was willing to treat the matriarch of her family. Very few people will ever get the opportunity to sit down with somebody with 3 digits in their age.
And that'd be a part of your family tree.
Mm-hmm.
And you just
yeah,
talk
much
crazy.
less it being your grandmother. That's crazy. That's a lot of wisdom right there.
So do you think she actually valued anything out of that interaction, or she valued getting the views on social media more?
I mean, she definitely valued getting the views on social media more. But I don't think she values anything. She doesn't value herself. She clearly doesn't value family. She doesn't value children.
That's true.
I don't think she values anything.
So
That's just hard to watch, bro, because a lot of people don't understand how, like, if you ever watch somebody get old and then pass away,
yeah,
that's a hard thing to deal with, man. And to look at somebody that's 106, still alive and conscious enough to be able to have a conversation with you and treat them like that, I hope if that bitch doesn't wake up tomorrow, the world will be a better place.
I agree with you. I have to agree with you. It's crazy to me. Good night, Miss Grace. And it's a crazy thing, man, because like you said, it's a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom from people who are more successful at things that you would like to do, who have the knowledge on how to do those things, but instead you dismiss it, you make jokes out of it, and you kind of play this real disrespectful tit for tat type of game with them, like they're your peer instead of somebody you should have respect for.
Yeah, for real. That's really fucked up. But the thing is that that's actually, like, in a way, that's pretty common. And it's common amongst, like, I would assume all races, but, like, in my wife's side of the family, she's Mexican, and her mother treats, my mother-in-law treats my grandmother-in-law with that kind of level of disrespect. And my wife probably would be the same way. And they're fucking cochinas too, bro. Like the a random person they necessarily don't deserve respect from, but I've always like told my wife to chill out whenever she talks crazy to them, and now she just doesn't.
Yeah.
But they talk fucked up to each other.
Yeah, that's it's been a long time since I've heard that word.
Yeah, well, it's a good word to use, bro. That's how you could describe all these hoes. It's a perfect word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. And yes, Heidi, you're a terrible person. You don't know anything what you're talking about. But so, I mean, what happens at this point? That you see it, right? And so men try to say something. Women obviously don't want to hear it. Other women are telling women things they obviously don't want to hear it. I mean, at this point, and I think we've talked about this on multiple occasions. It's kind of far gone. I mean, what? I don't know. I mean, what solution, if you can't listen to your grandmother, right? And like you said, that these women, and it's a lot of women. I know a lot of women they don't have that kind of respect for their mother or their grandmother these days. I know women in their 20s and 30s like that. And if you can't have respect, like, what value is there in a woman like that? What value can a man find in a woman who doesn't have respect for her mother or grandmother? Then again, certain situations, understandably so, but in a situation like this.
A nut. That's it. A nut. Maybe if you're going through a hard time and you need some help, maybe she can assist you financially. But I wouldn't even take that from these bitches anymore. Like, they really don't provide any value to the world. And it's men's fault. Because why can Joe Smith's wife use OnlyFans to coerce him into getting a divorce and taking half of his shit and hurting him along the way? Because he was hurt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely hurt.
It's because men subscribe to OnlyFans. You know what kind of piece of shit you got to be this? You're just as big a piece of shit as this broad if you're a man who pays for OnlyFans or porn.
Yeah, I agree.
And you're on your way if you're consistently watching porn.
I definitely concur
If she
with that.
can get a dude to go out of town with her and dick her down, like, no man should take that bitch serious in any way, shape, or form. But chances are she paid for the trip. And did she borrow the money from her?
No, I don't know. No,
It seemed like she owed her grandma some money.
Like, it was just there was a weird exchange as a whole, right? Because I'm kind of curious on the whole thing, like, what is going on? Like, where are you on the way to? Is this something that y'all do often? Like, why are you this comfortable, talking to her like that? You said, I got to go back to when I said that men would take the other girls if the girl had values. That's funny shit. You haven't seen, I didn't put the video up of the triangle. I'll show y'all that later in the day. But I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm probably absolutely wrong about that because, motherfuckers love superficial shit. And it's, like you said, it is the men's fault because they'll fall for a pretty face and a smile, right? And fucking, it's a wrap. And then they end up like Joe Smith, So.
Well, and they're like confused on what they should and shouldn't accept from a partner because of the way that toxic feminism has been implanted into society. Like, should you protect any woman from being assaulted in public and you have no background on it? And if there's something you could do to stop it, yeah, probably. But there's way too many capes out here. And not all these bitches deserve to be saved or protected.
No. I look at it like at this point, you almost gotta calculate it before you even consider it. You gotta look at her, kind of gotta look at what she's wearing. You gotta think, is this bitch's life more valuable than mine? I got responsibilities. I don't think so. If something was to happen to me, I think, she's gonna have to take that ass, but can't help her today, But I mean, because it's fucked up. Like, I agree, you should be able to step in and feel confident about what you're doing if you are trying to assist somebody in a situation that is detrimental, especially to a female. But the bitch is more likely to turn and start fighting you nowadays than anything. You know what I mean? So shit, you just never know. It's I don't know. These hoes is lost. But I showed 4 different types of bras, right? Some of them one of them a little more clean cut. One of them a little more, trophy wife. So why modern wives are bad. Why potential wives are bad. The bitch who was flipping the script on the agreement. And this other bitch who's 38 with no kids who has no respect for her own matriarch. And then we showed one who had, I guess wouldn't say he had man issues because she wasn't with a man.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
So is that the future for most women? Do you think more women are going to have to start going down that route? Or do you think there's still going to be enough men to willingly accept bitches and their bad behavior?
Man, as long as these broads can make a living on OnlyFans, that's a good indicator that there's going to be enough men that'll tolerate that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
And go into it with the mindset that, like, if you do enough, if you be man enough for the woman, that she's going to change. Unfortunately, a lot of dudes still have that mindset. So I don't think that that's going to be, and like when I said that in the chat that lesbians aren't real, I meant that.
Yeah.
Like, they're not real. I don't know why they're doing it, but like, they're stuck in Disney programming. So not all women, but a lot of women are really just, I think you call them goofballs with tits.
Yeah.
They're just children. They're just children with tits.
Yeah, basically.
It's in a lot of ways. So they don't grow up because they're stuck in the Disney programming. So it's like a phase. You know what I mean? Like, if you think back to high school, girls went through phases a lot more often than dudes did. And from my observation, maybe that's not true, but girls would get swayed into changing their fashion interest or, their interest in general and the things that they were into based on the dude that they were with or the friends that they wanted to have. They just go through these phases.
I definitely agree.
I don't buy that shit. I mean, what kind of that's weirdo shit. Like a girl will put on a fake wiener and then act like she feels good.
Man, I seen it, and I saw a lesbian, like a stud comedian the other day. And look, lesbian women tend not to be very funny to me. Stand-up comedy wise, because they just talk about being lesbian the same way women just talk about their pussy all the time. But this one actually happened to be real funny because she was talking about having to be the stud and be in that role and having respect for men and having to do all that fucking pumping and sweating and shit. And she's like, yeah, I had to do all this shit. And he's like, and the bitches don't want, 5 minutes. I forgot what she said. She had like some ridiculous amount of time. And she was talking about having to do all that shit. And then in the end of it, she's talking about, I had to do all this shit for a bitch. And I don't get to feel anything. And that's always been my question. Like, why are you so excited to brag on the fake penis when you get absolutely nothing out of it? Like, what do you get? What is the benefit? I don't understand.
That's legit psychological damage.
Yeah.
Like, that's the highest level of being a people pleaser that there could possibly be.
Yeah, it definitely have to be. It's weird. I mean, that's exactly what you're doing. You're getting nothing out of it. You're putting forth a lot of effort and energy, and it's nothing. You get nothing. I guess that's their way of getting experience being a man, putting a bunch of effort into shit and getting no appreciation for it. So I guess they do get to understand. Fucking knows. Then they throw the shit in the dishwasher. That's the crazy thing about it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they throw the motherfucker in the dishwasher, take it in the dishwasher. But like, I've actually talked to a lesbian woman. I've talked to multiple actually. And the thing is, like, I joked around and I agree with you when you say that there's no such thing as a lesbian. It's true because the majority of them, studs included, you call them bull daggers or whatever else y'all nigga names y'all call them. They sneak dick. They go and they get real phallus. They don't look. They do that shit for show. And then what I think happens is they've committed to a lifestyle for so long where they truly are conflicted, but they've carried themselves a certain way for so long. They don't want to change because of how they think the people around them are going to view them. But in reality, these motherfuckers are sneak dicking. They're sneak dicking quite often, right? Like, so I mean, you know, they are not a real thing. I 100% agree with you. It's absolutely not a real thing. You can't even be a real lesbian or a real fake lesbian without a fake penis and all that extra shit. So like, you need something manly of some sort to even get your own sexual pleasures off. So it's like, yeah, you still need a man, even though you don't want to be with a man. That's the wild
it's
part
not
about it.
nearly as firmly a decision as men.
Yeah.
And for men, that is a firm decision.
Yeah.
They are comfortable with their choices.
Unfortunately,
And it's
yes.
interesting that you know, men and women who get married, 75% of the time that relationship is going to end in a divorce.
Yeah.
And just as high a percentage, the woman is the one that initiates the divorce. When two women get married, 75% of the time that relationship ends in a divorce. When two men get married, 16% of the time that relationship ends in a divorce. So I think you start learning about common denominators somewhere around what, 3rd, 4th grade?
Yes.
So.
Delta, I go golf. Tell me that ain't true. I beat the brakes off Brittany Griner if she tried to charge me with some shit like that. Said that Brittany Griner got into a fight because her girlfriend was caught looking at a straight guy. Yeah. If that girlfriend wants Brittany Griner, she wants a man. Like that's
Brittany Griner is a straight guy.
Oh, that nigga just didn't make it to the league. That he didn't make it to the real league. He was able to pull it off. I guess he was the first one into the deal. But that's my
man, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like come on, man. It's all this crazy stuff. You know, it's all wild shit. But you know, again, we know what it is at this point. There is no hope for those of us who have not secured the deal already. So we just sit and complain on the internet.
It's definitely not something you should pursue. That's for sure. If it comes into your life like it's meant to be, then that's one thing. Because there are still some good women out there. You know, like I think my daughter is gonna be able to be a good wife, but I got to be on super watch about what kind of dude she's gonna be able to settle for. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like I'm raising a diamond, and we can't put her in some silver-plated fucking steel. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, definitely, and that's the thing, though. But that's the benefit of being that father figure, is that you can make sure you can guide in the right direction and point out those things. And I know, again, I don't know your situation, but I know there are women out there who rebel and don't want to listen and do all of other stuff. But in the end, they come to realize that their father's right. Like a lot of women that you come across that do actually have a strong father figure in their life, even if some of them are still fuck ups, they do recognize, my dad did tell me this, he was right, I should listen to these. Like I don't say any woman is reasonable, but they're, I guess, more so close to being reasonable to deal with than those who don't never had any kind of form of structure whatsoever. So you definitely got to protect that.
For sure. And that's kind of really the reason I called in, is because, like, they're not supposed to be logical.
Yeah.
Even in a healthy relationship, women are not supposed to be logical. They're not supposed to be the thinker of the relationship. They're supposed to be the one that's able to provide the emotional needs of everyone within the home. And that doesn't really take logic, because there are for sure times that, like, even for myself, where I'm not allowing things to dictate my mood, but I am. Like, I'm doing my best to act like nothing's bothering me and just to keep on going with my daily program. And there are times that I need to, like, process shit. And my wife does have a way of getting me to process shit, even when I don't realize she's getting me to process shit, to sit down and sit back and think about whatever it is that's bothering me. That's like, the woman is definitely the more powerful of the two. Not on like a physical level, not on a level that you can observe with your eyes, but on a spiritual level, which whether people want to acknowledge the existence of that or not, it exists. On a spiritual level, women are more powerful than men are.
Yeah.
Men are more powerful in the physical sense. And their role is to be able to guide the spiritual health of the family. And the men are supposed to be able to provide a setting for that to be able to take place, that she doesn't need to stress about making sure she brings in a certain amount of income into the home, or that she has to take care of anything other than what's going to make the family feel happy and secure. She's not meant to be leading anything as far as the long term. She is meant to sustain the day-to-day operations and the mental health of the home.
Hardly. And
We got shit so fucked up. My bad, go ahead.
No. I was just saying I agree with that, and kind of was noticing the same thing that as you're about to say, that we just have it so conflicted, because that's why I say we're not supposed to be like each other. We are. There's I guess you could. It's not equal. I hate using the word equal, but we have our respective strengths, right, that complement one another. But when you got everybody trying to be the same thing or have those same strengths, try to act the same way, it doesn't benefit anybody. That's why we are kind of, I feel like where we are now. But I do agree that women have a much stronger spiritual strength. They have a power that men will never grasp. Like, they have a power over men that, a woman who knows how to use that will have a power over men that we'll never comprehend. But I think women have gotten so distracted and fucked up trying to chase around and compete and compare that they've lost track of that. And a lot of women have lost that, for lack of a better word, spiritual strength. And that's kind of the thing. That's why I'm always complaining about it, because I think women don't realize that you have a gift, you have an ability, but you've thrown that away. You've discarded that for being a hoe, I guess,
for being a boss bitch.
Yeah.
For being an independent woman.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing.
Exactly.
There's no such thing. I mean, that might hurt some feelings and shit, but 99% of the time, grandma is taking the kids to and from school, or they're getting assisted in more than one way, no matter what is going on. You have your rare occasions where you have a woman that ended up in a position where she does have the income to legitimately handle everything on her own. But most men don't even have that. And they're always bitching about the wage gap and shit, right? So, I mean, they don't even, it's a false reality that they live in. And everything is twisted now, because I see like a lot of dudes that are trying to, it's like this movement for men to like speak out and talk about what they're going through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's stupid. Like, if you have homies, like if you got a homie and like you're just going through it and you talk to your homie about it, that's one thing. But to like get on the internet and explain that you're so broken that you're thinking about unaliving yourself, and shut the fuck up, bro. Like, seriously.
Call the hotline.
Stick your hand down the front of your pants, feel what's there, and then wake up and act like they're there.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like, that's something for women to do, is to express themselves emotionally. Men don't need to be expressing themselves emotionally unless, like I said, is somebody close enough that they can be vulnerable with them because they have built that kind of trusting relationship with their homie. But it really should be done with the woman. Whatever their issues are with is with the woman. And women can't even do that anymore, because most men, when they get vulnerable with a woman might pretend and put on that mask like she's listening and she's there for him and rub his head, oh, pobrecito, whatever. But next time they get in the actual argument,
Oh
that's
yeah,
why your bitch ass was crying about blah 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 blah. Like,
yep. They will, man. They will store that shit in their pocket, and they will wait, and they'll check every now and then, make sure it's still in there, look in there, and they'll just wait. They'll wait for the time you do something, and they feel like they can't physically break you down, but they'll pull out that minute or that moment or that whatever, and they'll definitely throw that shit back in your face.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, once that confusion, we got to kind of get out of the whole, and this is the bad part about capitalism, is it generates a society of materialism, and eventually when you combine materialism with the kind of electronic devices we have now, you end up with a society of narcissism. So capitalism is really the forefront of that. And this is the drawdown of capitalism. But once we kind of have to go back to finding happiness within ourselves again, whether it be because shit is so expensive that people cannot afford to buy their happiness, that temporary happiness anymore, or we end up in some sort of actual conflict where we're actually knocked out of this first world position that we're in. Either way, something is going to happen that we're going to have to eventually start finding that happiness within ourselves again. And once people have to go inside to be able to look into that, things will start to repair themselves automatically. Because I would love for that grandmother to still be alive for that woman when the lights go out. And I try to tell you, bitch.
Yeah. Grandma gonna be more prepared than she will. So Grandma gonna be all right. Now, remember you called my mama a slut? Who the slut now, bitch? Where that one nigga you was fucking on. Yeah, go find that nigga. He gonna be with his wife somewhere. Shit. He done seen the video. He's like, damn, that's the bitch I'm fucking with. She cheating on grandma like that. I can't even fuck with this bitch no more. He gonna leave her high and dry. So yeah.
Eating papaya and watermelon rinds and shit.
That's fucking funny.
The granddaughter's just sitting there sick.
Yeah. Fucked up. What happened to that trip you took? Yeah, all that crazy shit. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that to me, I think I agree. That was the wildest of all the videos, just because of the direct disrespect that took place. It's one thing to talk crazy to strangers or just random people on the internet, but this is your lineage. This is the motherfucker. But this is the person who birthed you. You know what I mean? And
bro, 106. So that means what? 1917. So she was born during the First World War, lived through the Second World War, lived through all the conflicts after the First World War, all the depressions, all the recessions, all the stock market crashes. And you don't give a fuck what this lady has to say?
Still ticking.
Hard head makes a soft ass, bitch.
Man. Speaking of that phrase in grandma's, maybe not verbatim like that, but a hard head makes a soft ass. That's one of the first lines I learned from one of my grandmothers that I never forgot. Yeah. Took me a couple of times, but after that I definitely learned exactly what it meant and didn't want to learn that shit no more. But yeah, that shit was funny. First time I heard, what does that mean? Oh, that's what that means.
Oh, you'll learn.
Yeah.
And then they don't tell you.
No. You find out. Yeah, in the worst way. Definitely. But yeah, that's what you need. But in that sense, do you think that it's possible somewhere along the line that grandma might have messed up? That maybe grandma didn't pass it on to the mother and the mother didn't pass it on to the daughter? Or do you think just...
I mean, probably. Maybe not, because it seems like she probably, 38, 106. There's a good gap between, 58 years, 68 years? 68 years. So I'm not sure. Maybe that was already her great grandmother.
Could be. Yeah, then now, yeah,
And
once
she
you get that
was
far.
disrespecting her great grandmother.
Oh, that'd be even worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'm
But
sure somewhere along the line.
yeah. I mean, either way it goes. The older the worse off it is, you know. Because I mean shit. You know, people would love to have a great grandma or great grandma to talk to. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Or even
crazy.
just a grandma.
Yeah.
Even just a grandma. I don't have any surviving grandparents. My wife has 2, and they're insane. They ask us for advice. I'm like, well, I don't know. I've been trying to help you set up your Android for 3.5 days, so I
Man,
can't help you with this one.
The old folks and old folks are very appreciative of digital device help for whatever reason. 'Cause I guess people are very impatient with them. They are extremely thankful when you take the time to assist them with fucking phones. That's funny.
And you would think that you just like paid off their mortgage or something. The relief they get when it's finally fixed. Like,
There can be some simple shit, but they're very grateful. I love that shit. Makes me feel like a real
for sure.
techie. All right. Well, that's a bit. See what it is about that time. All right. Well, Mr. Illusion, anything else you want to add to the conversation? Any other thoughts on the videos we checked out this evening?
Nah, bro. I appreciate you taking my call.
Absolutely, sir. I thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this evening.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Honcho.
Yes, sir. All right, you have a good evening, sir.
Later.
All right. Shout out to Mr. Illusion. It is about that time. I know you'll be like, Hunter, God damn it, Hunter, you fucking pissed me off because you talked the entire goddamn show. You didn't let me call. You're a piece of shit, Hunter. I know. All right. I apologize. But that's what we got to do. We got to slide in the Discord, right? Because I see that there's some people, some of y'all seem like y'all might be upset with some things I've said this evening. And when we get in the Discord, we can talk about Heidi because she never comes in there. And it's safe. We can talk all the shit we want to talk about Heidi. And she'll never find out, right? So that's the good thing about it. Let me drop Discord link in here real quick. And that's funny because I had it in here the whole time. I ain't never put it. So bye. That's a Discord link. Don't meet me there, right? You know what I'm going to say. Don't meet me there. You got like a couple of seconds. My shit's loading up right now. I guess I got to update. So if you don't beat me there, you know, it is what it is. Clickety clackety, lickety black, bye. I'll beat y'all. I'll try to give y'all a chance. Y'all ain't doing it. All right. Get in the Discord for a while. We'll chop it up in the Discord. Continue the conversation. I'm going to try to find that other video I wanted to share with y'all, but we're going to talk about the videos that we watched this evening. I'll post them all in the Discord as well. So if you missed those videos, you can check it out. We can talk about those. I think there's a lot of good conversation to be had about that, especially that last one. And I would definitely love to know how some of the older folks in the den feel about that, because, you know, I would just like to know how you feel. And again, I was right all night today. I felt like I was hitting half-court shots tonight. I was right. None of the women are going to prove me wrong this evening, so I'm not worried about that in the chat. Shannon, what's the motherfucking deal? Who else did I miss? Keeping it real time. Riley, what's the motherfucking deal? How are you doing this evening, ma'am? All right. So looks like I see y'all sliding in the Discord, getting in that thing quick. So here's the deal, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And remember, the videos was the Daddy Dyke, Joe Smith, wife having the OnlyFans, being rude to your grandma, who was 106. And then the chick who thought that the potential promise of the P was going to get that dude to do that work for free. Make sure you follow on all the proper social medias. Hit the like button. Every links you need in the description below. Tomorrow night, we'll have a good conversation. I already know we're going to talk about Good Project, a terrible person. With that being said, tomorrow night is Tubi Tuesday, ain't it? I don't think we have an elected Tuesday person, so we'll get into that too. We'll talk about that in the thing tonight. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. It's been my honor, my privilege, but more than anything else, my pleasure. Let's go have a great conversation. Let's see, we're already deep in that thing. I don't even know if I have to hit the everybody thing. Until mañana. Hasta luego. Legos or something. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm gone.